And when they rise against you, you say they are protesting. And when they speak against you, you say, who are those speaking? You don't even want social media. And I wonder when we are going to say enough is enough. It seems like your battle is with the youth, the aged, suffocating their youths and telling me that they have a constitution that gives you freedom of expression. As they were demonstrating, you started shooting at them. You created those that carried out the destruction because they were caught on camera. They even caught a senator shooting at people. So for you to justify the killings, you said, okay, they turned violent. Do you see what they do? And do you see how they do it? Do you see why our leader warned you? Do not stop until you achieve your wish. And that is why we will not stop until we get Biafra. That is why Oduduwa must not stop until they get Oduduwa. That is why the Middle Belt will not stop until they get their freedom. Freedom is what we are seeking for, not a constitution that deprives you of your right. But they were able to congratulate other countries for an election well conducted. They were able to see that people behave, but in their own, they instigate the violence to keep you silent. And they are talking about human rights and the law. Why is it that what they produce is only military? Why? In one of his campaigns, all you could hear was military, 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 military throughout his campaign and his presidency. All that Nigeria spoke was military, law enforcement, military, law enforcement, military, law enforcement. Anytime they talk about investment, you will hear it, money allotted, and then it disappears. And then they'll go and create SARS to silence you. They'll create SSS to eavesdrop, see who is talking, who is revealing their evil acts. Then they'll take the soldiers to come and parade the streets. If you talk, you die. You remember when some senators were saying it. If you talk, you die. You don't talk, you die. You are in a no-win situation. What stops you from conducting a referendum? What stops you? Because it is a feudalistic system they are bringing to you. They don't want you to be free. They want you to just listen to them and do as they say. No progress, no future, nothing whatsoever. This is across the board. And if IPOB is speaking on your behalf, why are you against IPOB? If IPOB is fearless and is telling you the youths are being subjugated, the youths are being suffocated, the youths are being mistreated, the youths are being killed, then why are you against IPOB? If IPOB is telling you that the person you call your president is not your president, and there are facts, evidence pointing towards that, have you investigated to prove them wrong? No. As we speak, they are still talking about President Buhari. You don't see. And we are telling you that that's a look-alike. Just like you can produce Elvis today. If you want to produce Elvis Presley, you will see him appear. And they will tell you Elvis was here. And you will see Elvis alive. You want to see Dolly Parton, they will produce Dolly Parton. She will be there live and direct. But she's not there. You have seen the lookalikes of all the celebrities, and you'll be wondering, is it really him or is it somebody else? And it will take you a while when you come to understand what is happening, that that's a fake. Just like we are telling you, what you're watching there, you're calling your president, is a fake. Have they sued anybody that revealed to you that is a fake? The British man that told you, if you say I'm wrong, come and sue me, I'll give you the evidence. The journalists that covered it have told you. And as we speak, they are still talking about President Buhari. And people will say, we went to Asorok and we saw President Buhari. How? Look at President Buhari's picture today. You will understand that what you are looking at, what you think you are looking at. This is the way you are being deceived. The power rests within your hand, your grips. Your future rests with you. How many governors do you have? They don't speak for you. You speak for yourself, and you will determine what happens in your country. But fear will not let people be bold enough to accomplish their goal. But not only that, they are too dying. They are still being killed. They are still being tortured. And for all those that have been supporting this tyranny, for all those that have kept their mouth closed, kept their eyes shut, as well as their ears, do you see what you have been harboring? You see what you have been supporting. It has come to nip at you. It has come to bite you. You cannot excuse yourself. You cannot remove yourself from this tragedy, because when it was happening, you did not say anything. Rather, you said, oh, it is the Igbos. They are after the Igbos. And the Igbos are the ones sacrificing for you. And the Igbos are the ones saying, we have seen enough. We have had enough. We want to be free now. And nothing will stop us. And what do? You start calling the chiefs to bribe them and give them SUVs. And after giving them those bribes, their problem still remains. The few are driving the SUV, and many are living with the problems. The chiefs are the ones watching their sons and daughters being mistreated, but the interest of their children is left behind. But for you to see them inside SUV supersedes every other thing. Then you tell me how we are going to get out of this. Bribery and corruption has eaten deeply into us. That is why we are our own problems. That is why we cannot sustain any measures to change our situation. That is why they look at us and call us shitholes. People that cannot be able to determine what's best for them and what's best for their children. And when they tell you, go home and make your home, your country better, you said he hates you. Are we honest to ourselves? Are we realistic in our wants? Or are we daydreaming? The call number is +1 484 767 0848. +1 484 767 0848. It is what it is. It is the situation we found ourselves, and we, and only we, can effect the change by saying no to tyranny, no to oppression, no to deprivation of freedom of speech, no to deprivation of freedom of expression. No is no is no is no. Your freedom is your life. If you are not learning, you are not living. If you're not learning, you're going to make the same mistake other people made and paid for it. Today, we are paying for our mistakes. Today, our children are paying for our mistakes. Today, our children are bleeding. They are being squashed, prevented from determining their future by those that have expertised themselves from looting and will crush you with their military meant for external aggression. The military in Nigeria is not for external aggression, it's for suppressing the indigents of that country. They have never won any war. Look at Boko Haram. They have not been able to defeat Boko Haram, which they themselves formed. Now you had the late Buhari telling you, thanks to Cameroon for coming to help us. Not only Cameroon, thanks to Chad and other 6 neighboring countries that came to help us, but they are the giants of Africa. They are the masters of Africa and the elephants of Africa, but cannot accomplish anything. But they don't want to go home. They have grown too big, but still cannot cut their coat according to their size. But they will boldly come and tell you, I am proud to be a Nigerian. Who are these people preventing you from achieving your goal? They are the same politicians that deceived you. They are the same politicians that lied to you. All we are saying is, give freedom a chance and give peace a chance. Give freedom. Anything outside that, you are dead. Furthermore to what I was saying, for you to see that whatever you think you are doing, you are wasting your time. Buhari is the target. Ex-Nasarawa governor Adamu said this to Daily Post. Buhari is the target. Target of what? And the SARS. Is Buhari the SARS? Why are they demanding for the end of SARS? Because SARS is responsible for the killings of thousands of peace-loving citizens that gave birth to the demonstration. They have failed to address the issue. Rather, they are good at turning truth into lies. The aim of End the SARS is for you to make peace reign in Nigeria. By ending SARS, you end the needless killings of innocent people, especially the youth. Why is it a crime for the youth to say we are tired of being killed and we are being murdered by SARS? Please end this SARS. Why is that a problem? It did not take few hours after you said you listened to the youths. With you are coming up with SWAT. You are coming up with SWAT team and the SWAT, and you go on training them. Instead of listening to what they are saying, you are creating more forces. More forces that will subdue the people. More forces that will prevent you from saying anything. And this is forces of censorship. Nothing more, nothing less. How can you say that NDSAS is directed towards Buhari? This is what he said. Abdul Adamu, a former Nasarawa state governor, has stated that NDSAS protest was targeted at President Muhammadu Buhari. The senator before I continue. Bear with me. I have a problem with the equipment, so bear with me. He also spoke at the meeting in Kaduna attended by Northern elders. You hear that again? Northern elders. You see how they incite and reinforce their people, that they are hated, that nobody loves them, that any action taken to improve things it is an action directed towards Buhari. And you see those that were there. You see those that were there, those that invited. By northern elders, governors, traditional rulers, among others. Adamu suggested that the end after the initial attempt with labor strike failed. You see, he accused some prominent Nigerians of plotting against the government and that their prophecy of doom became manifest with the end SARS protest. Some people somewhere who had ulterior motives against the government wanted to use the labor strike against the government to foment trouble and destabilize the country. Fortunately, the negotiation between the labor and the government was successful, leading to the labor calling off their intended strike. Now, do you see the lies? Oh, the labor was able to negotiate to end the problem. If their demand was to destabilize the government, why did you negotiate with them? The end desires is telling you this is our problem. Why don't you negotiate with them to see how you will improve? No, after that you started killing them. You started hunting them down. And you're saying it is to destabilize the government. You are lying and you are destabilizing yourself. This is what we are dealing with. This is why we are saying this country must end. This is why we say we do not have anything in common, because anything perfectly must be done in sincereness of who we are and what we are all about. We wonder when this is going to I have to apologize. I have an issue with the equipment, so I don't know how this is going to be tackled. It's coming in and out, so if it continues, we'll end the broadcast. If it continues, I will end the broadcast and see what I can do about it. This is the phone lines are open. The call number is +1 484 0848. +1 484 0848. That is the phone line. We will see that all the things we are saying gets to the people. They are not facing your complaint. They find a way to, they just find a way to get around it by telling you that your answers is geared towards a government that is not productive. They want things to remain the same. They want things to be the way it is. They don't want change. They don't want anything better, and you cannot see a better future unless you decide to effect that change. And change is for the youths. The youths, they are our future. Of what good will their life be when they cannot compete internationally? Of what pride will they present to the international community when they cannot measure up? And I wonder what kind of foundation we are laying for them if we cannot protect them, if we cannot make their future bright. I think most of you must have been cut off, but I see that I'm live and it's coming through. So this is the way we face the issues. This is the way we make sure that people understand what is happening to them and the future of their children. Now they are calling your own leaders. And what plans have they made for the youths? No, they are using the governors. They are using the Emefieles to say they are the ones representing you. And I wonder what their future will be. I wonder why they cannot do anything to see that there is peace, to see that the country at least maintains a symptom of progress. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon from here.
Welcome.
Yes, this is Edwin Udumba calling from Oka. I am just coming in and I am not feeling fine. So what is happening to our youths? We should not sit down and watch our enemies destroying our future. talk to our youth today, briefly, because I'm not health-wise, I'm not feeling fine. During the war, we had Radio Biafra about 50 years ago. The broadcaster is called Okokondem.
Okokondem.
There's a language, the language that he used to say. He goes like, onye ndị ilo bali gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche oge niile. So what I want to tell our youth this afternoon is that everybody must die. Everybody. Anybody that is living today must taste death. So death is not anything to run to fear about. Whether you are afraid or not, you will die. The Boko Haram, they put explosive around themselves and they go and die. So I'm advising them today, once they find themselves in difficulty leading to death, let them make sure that they die with the enemy so that we can see their corpse not coming to pick them, their phone will not be ringing, and that is the end of the person. As I am today, if they approach me, I will make sure I die with them. So they should get ready. There's nothing to fear about. That even the soldiers, they die. These are the soldiers that run away from Boko Haram. Why should we be afraid of them? So when they see them coming, let them say their last prayer and face them headlong. This is only what I have to say this afternoon. And I will say, oh, hey, Biafra. Biafra must surely come. The work of our leader will never be in vain. I ask our fellow Biafrans to rise up to support this divine duty. This is for our future. Myself talking, I don't know whether I will live up to 2 years or 5 years, I don't know. I am 71 years old today, but I don't sleep. And I cannot fold my arms and see these useless people destroying our future. It will never happen. So I'm calling on our people, this is the right time we stand up. If they run away from Boko Haram, we will handle them. They will know what comes upon them. So we should not be afraid. I don't have much to say this afternoon. I say, oh, hail Biafra.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That is one thing our people must learn to do. There's something we used to comfort ourselves with, and that is don't go there, they will kill you. Don't go out, they will kill you. Don't protest, they will kill you. But you are dying. You weren't protesting when they were killing you. You didn't go out there when they were killing you. You were going about your normal business. If you were going about your normal business and they are killing you, then what's your basic argument? By saying, don't say anything, or if you do, they will kill you. Then I wonder. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, we are listening.
This is Chigozie. I'm so pleased over what my brother, the last caller, said about the youth. But the problem still remains that being a suicide bomber or being on a suicide mission will not solve our problem. The problem we have in Nigeria is sensitization. You see, the youth, over a very long period of time, have actually been led back in terms of knowing what is happening, being informed, and also being invoked. Now, I listened to Tony Nadi 2 days ago, and he talked about so many things that is happening in Nigeria today based on the reforms and the restructuring, that is, in terms of true federalism. And to some point, the young man really made some sense. Really made some sense. Electing all these corrupt or appointing all these corrupt governors to go and represent the youth. What are the youth doing? These guys paid price protesting for a change. Does it mean that they've really backed out or they don't know what is happening in Nigeria? That they are about to sign another 50 or 60 more years of impending suffering? Everybody should rise up. It is happening again. The young man talked about this, even the convention and the seminar they had 2 years ago. And a lot of people, important people, those good lawyers that came about, the legal appointees that debated on it, said true federalism. Why not? How can we fold our hands? People that is not even up to 2% in Nigeria gamble with our future. You can imagine where somebody will say,
let me hold on there. Now, I'm not into turning at this issue, but you raised an issue where I have to question you.
Yes.
Repeat what you said, Tony Nadi said.
Yes, he talked about federalism.
In what sense? In what sense?
Okay. You know, the Constitution of 1999, there are so many wrong issues in it. And the young man said when they had this last seminar they did 2 years ago, 2018, where a group of, I can say, excellent legal practitioners came out from different tribes. The Yorubas, Ibos.
My brother, listen. My brother, listen. Let me tell you this, okay? We move forward, not backwards. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to make a point from it. I'm not saying that I take everything in context, you know. What I'm trying to say here is that if the federal government wants to appoint or debate on how to move forward,
they are not going to do it. This is what I'm telling you. They are not going to do it. And this is not the forum for it. We have no interest in their debate. We have nothing to. He is part of them. So we don't. I'm not supposed to entertain it because this is what I'm trying to get you to see. He is not for you. He is not for your progress. He is one.
I know.
He is one of your progress. I know. So don't bring it. Don't bring him here. Okay.
I'm just saying. Okay, Mazi. I'm just saying in terms of Nigerian context. I'm a Biafran.
Yes.
We all know what we are targeting for. But I'm saying, you know.
No, I don't want to entertain that because he is not for you. All his hatred, all the things he said, he's just not. He's just way off. Call out your name and where you calling from. Call out your name and where you calling from. Can you please repeat what you said?
I said, this is Rabbi Charles. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Oh, very good. Okay. I greet Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I salute you. Our leader, Martin Namdekano, I salute you. I'm Rabbi Charles. Looking from my location. Mazi Alozie. It's just about the very fellow that I'm glad that you stopped him because he got me upset. Listen, let me tell you, if you're listening to me, and you still believe, because most of you don't listen to, you're not online. You don't follow what is going on. And you come on air and say, the problem in that construction is not about bombing or whatever. Nobody is talking talking about suicide bombing, but listen and listen good. If you, for those of you that are being fooled around without knowing, there is no, how many professors do we have in that contraption called Nigeria? How many judges, sons, senior advocates, even Yemi Osibanjo, and they put him in the pocket? What are you talking about? These people have AK-47. They are killing people at random. They are killing people with impunity. And you want to tell yourself that you just to sensitize who? While you are sensitizing people that are shooting you right there. So the best thing you can do is to arm yourself with whatever thing you see them having. Go and get a better one. Our leader said it, made it very clear. Let me remind us, just in case you don't know. I try to avoid coming on air because sometimes I hear our people, sometimes the way we reason. For how many years Fulanis have been killing our people, killing Biafrans, killing the Igbos? You are seeing it in your very eyes in Lobby Igbo. The man called Unyeso Wike, an Igbo descent, is arming the Fulanis to kill, urging them to kill, to wipe out Igbo race in River State. And you are looking at it, telling yourself that this madman that goes about carrying fire is making sense to you. That is to show how lost of touch some of us have been. When we hear any slightest thing, we start jumping around, coming on radio, because our leader gave us provision for radio. There are no other countries that fought the system and they never even think of having radio station. South Sudan never had radio station. ANC today, they don't have any radio station they can say this is ANC FM. But they fought Western powers and put them down. And you are telling yourself, oh yes, that we sensitize who? Whom are you going to sensitize? These guys are armed to the teeth. They have everything. When you talk of ammunition, they have it. They have pump action. They have AK-47. They have bomb. They go to foreign countries and ask them to give them military equipment, military hardware. They want to fight Boko Haram, and they will use it and come to Southeast where there is no violence, no problem, and they will start killing people because they think they have ammunition that Biafran doesn't have it. That is why they can easily come down there and be killing people. And Wike is aiding them, saying that nothing will happen. That whenever he wants to travel, he will make an announcement. Let them there. I can tell you, Mr. Wike, nah, man, whenever you want to travel.
You have a chance, your line is off. See if you can come back in and finish what you're saying. Let me see. It's very annoying for somebody to say something like that. I don't care what Tony Nad is saying. He's part of them. He's one of them. So whether your constitution, amendment, whatever, where have they been? And what have they achieved with it? Absolutely nothing.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, I was almost gone to. I'm on the street right now, but anyway, and thank you for what you do for us. I was just listening to somebody that called 2 minutes ago. The previous caller before Rabbi came on. Wanted to redirect that guy. One thing that's obvious here is like, some of us don't even understand what's going on. Unfortunately, he is talking about sensitization. Okay? So when you hear that word, or whenever you hear sensitization, you hear which other word again? Re-strategizing. Whenever you're talking with somebody, someone from the other land, and he's telling you about sensitization and re-strategizing, don't even have time to waste. Okay, because this guy got almost 4 minutes of our airtime that he does not contribute to. Just to come here and trigger increased blood pressure this morning. Okay? He's telling you about Tony Energy that he's fighting. He saw some truth in what he's saying because he was talking about true federalism. Now, you would have asked him that, you would have hung up on him. Because that's the best thing. Myself, I don't get airtime on radios here. Just because the radio is open and you are accepting our calls doesn't call for anyone just to call in here and bring out their little brain here to begin to make something. And you even allow them to be yapping. Okay? From his testimony, from his own testimony, said that he has done what he was doing, trying to do a true federalism for 21 years. That's from the horse's mouth. Okay, for 21 years he's trying to pull down a constitution. And according to this guy, that he was making presentation, that what he saw there was, I don't know the word he used to describe them, these big lawyers. These are idiots that were there in front of them when their brother was removed from the being the CJM, and a cattle rearer was brought in to replace him, and nobody did anything. Okay, so sometimes these people are not even just a pinch of a time because you have him very well. All you got to do is to button away. Okay? Because they don't tell you. Now we know that these fools, just because of the event in Obibo, all the governors, the so-called governors, they are not governors, the criminals I call them, have now come, mobilized themselves, brought in Uche mother. Because for whatever reason, our leader is lying low for now, for whatever reason. Brought in Uche mother and had a meeting with him myself, and promised them. And this is what we've been going through. And tomorrow, Uche mother will go and plead allegiance to our leader. He's going to go there and tell him we are working together. Now, just because of what is going on in Obibo, they're trying to place on IPOB's place on our head. They are now regrouping. And people are not seeing anything with all this nonsense. People are not seeing anything. Now the governors have found it important that the youth have been decimated, they've been killed, they've been brutalized. Now they are promising to compensate for all these killings. And it didn't start from David Umahi. It started all the way from P2B time. I wonder if there's any amount of money they can really have, they have, that can pay for all the damages that are caused to families in that place. The lives they snuffed out, lives they snuffed out untimely because of their selfish interest. Therefore, anybody that is calling for true federalism or calling for restructuring or whatever garbage they have, I don't know what to make of that individual. All I'm asking for us is to formalize ourselves and do the right thing. Okay? And do the right thing. Let's give this young man a break. We need to do the right thing. Once we do the right thing, we will get home. I've always said it here. We must be stable with what we're doing. We must tell ourselves the truth. There's no way around it. You can't manipulate this struggle. It doesn't matter who you think you are. You can't manipulate people because it's clear evidence that you cannot do it as long as you are within this family. And then we must humble ourselves. The humility part of it is what will allow us to have a cool head and plan and how to attack these enemies that are all over the place. For somebody to be coming here and talking about truth federalism and you are giving him all this time, it's unacceptable, my brother. And I stand to be corrected. I want to thank you for what you're doing for us. What you're doing is not easy. But then we have outgrown this level that will allot almost 4 minutes for somebody to come here and be talking jazz. Somebody that needs to be sensitized is now telling people that they need to be sensitized. Thank you for your effort, my brother. There were.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Thank you very much. I have to know where he's coming from, and that's the way I did it, because I want to put him on record that his hero.
Master, you don't need to put a clown like that on record. He doesn't have. What are you putting on record? We have preached, we have talked, and guess what? We are on the higher moral ground. Nobody will dispute the truth that we are saying.
There are many of them like that, Mercy. There are many of them like that.
Cut them off, my brother.
Yeah, there are many of them like that. They will never hear.
Do you know when I call a radio station here? When I call a radio station here, first of all, they filter you out. They will tell you also, what do you want to talk about? Once you say what they don't want to hear, they will play music on your ear until the end of the show and you will still be listening. So your only mechanism there is a button. Pump, and they're on the air. We don't have to, now all the things that you have narrated that we need to be discussing piece by piece to continue to educate the ones that are still interested. It's already, we have taken how long now talking about this? Yeah. Just that you may see the implications of allowing them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
They will. Caller, Rabbi, go ahead and finish what we're saying.
Let me finish. It is Rabbi again. Let me finish. I was taken out by the system. I don't know what happened, but I was taken out. So I'm using another device to finish what I was saying. I am glad that Mazi Obidiobenu said part of my mind, but let me just air it out so that it will confirm that it came from the horse's mouth. I cannot understand. Let me tell you the reason why. If you don't know what Fulani, how they behave, look at what they are doing today. When you begin to the thing that happened to Biafrans is that some of us are not getting it. Like the very fellow that called, some of them don't get it. And you when they are killed for how many years after that civil war, Biafrans just went into the system and began to think of building, think of doing this and doing that. But they did not think of their safety, they did not think of their security, they did not think of their protection. And you can't do without it. You can't do without this. There is no way you can do without it. You cannot. The people we are talking about, we're dealing with, they are armed. And Biafrans are not armed. So the best thing to be to armed struggle, let it be to armed struggle. And we do it. Biafrans have the capability. Why can someone tell me that Biafran, 5 millionaires in Biafran land can give me $5 million? Is that what they're telling me? They're killing people here and there, and these idiots are looking around, expanding and accumulating money. But you don't know that your security is paramount, that you have to secure your land. Be you governor, and how many governors do they have there? In Biafran, the one they call so-called Ipob state, there are 5. And some other ones. And there are only 5 people holding 70 million people down. And somebody is telling me that it's a normal situation. Look at Wike using some of the people pressure. That you want to come and tell me that you have to sensitize them, and you talk about constitution. Nigeria is messed up. What they understand is getting out. Why can't they go and fight Boko Haram? They're giving them amnesty, bringing them into Nigerian military. The people you see wearing uniform, killing people at Obibo are not army. They are Boko Haram, they are terrorists. That is why they can kill civilians. A true military doesn't kill civilian, can never kill a civilian. It's against the order of military to kill a civilian. Even pregnant women, children, they can't even touch hospitals. They make sure that those areas are marked, untouched. The military personnel can never stop you from taking treatment. You can see. But the problem is in that contraption is that most of them are not even civilized. They're not educated. And when you want to tell them, they will say, no, okay, if ANC didn't pick up arms to fight these animals they done in those days, you think South Africa will be the way South Africa is? Listen carefully. People died here. People died, blacks died here, white died here. But they decided to take that route because that is the way out. And for many times, that is why the pig in the creek, that, he was giving money and he doesn't have anything. I get saddened when I hear that he talking. And he was giving money. That is why he spoke to his people that nothing will happen. Go ahead. But listen, let him get into our mind. Our people should get together. Put money together. We do the needful. We send them out. Simple. This thing is getting to a certain point that I can't get this it. Listen, I can't listen to this idiot coming on radio talking. Marcel was here. They call and want to talk rubbish. Cut them off immediately. If that thing is, South Africa will be still fighting today. South Sudan will still be fighting today. Eritrea will still be fighting today. But these guys, we stood everything. Only Igbo people want to make money. The money. Let's forget about the money. If you kill my people, I will kill your people. If you sponsor killing my people, I will sponsor your death. If you say you can travel, you take the trip and get out from that contraption. Let's see if you're man enough. I will give you a soul. A soul will go, and that soul will go with you. You are a madman. You are a bloody fucking madman. With your coats. You're a madman. At least, finally, anywhere we throw stone, that stone will reach you. That's all I can tell you. Mazi Aloziendewo. This guy just pissed me off this afternoon. He really our leader should go and get some rest. Because they're draining this man. Look at during that time, he will call in the morning, afternoon and evening. In the morning, afternoon and evening. At the end, what did they tell him? We had you saying you are giving order. The man wasn't giving any order to destroy Lagos State. He believes that Lagos State must be. He believes that the youth of Nigeria is standing for what is right. And they swing everything upside down. And the man came to explain himself. Let him go and get some rest. If anything happens, let us go and do the talking. We do the talking. Anybody, I can sacrifice myself. But I won't die alone. I will die with them. Thank you. Shalom from here.
Well, thank you very much. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. The caller, your name and where are you calling from. The call number is +1 48476708848. All these things I made before I started the broadcast. And caller, your name and where you calling from.
Mazi, good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. How are you doing today? I believe you okay.
Fine, thank you. Go ahead.
All right, sir. You see, Mazi, I don't know why a lot of people keep confusing themselves. I, myself, I know who I am, and I know where I am going to. You see, so people do not understand what we are into. That is the reason why they keep thinking that we are here for jokes. We ain't here for jokes. We ain't here for serious business, and not business of buying and selling. We are here to restore our mother's land, Biafra, and we must surely get that. You see, let me reiterate, because a lot of people they thought they have 2 ears. Once they hear something, it goes in from the other ear and it goes out from the second ear. Onyendu have told us since 2 to 1, I think last 2 months ago, that from the month of October is going to be very, very pivotal, and that a lot is going to happen, and so many things will come up. What are we seeing today? Is it not true? Because people do not know what they are in for. That is the reason why they keep, even as I'm talking to you right now, a lot of people are shaking. A lot of people have just started saying, they don't think they are doing the right thing. I laugh and I will continue to laugh, because they thought the freedom fighting is just for buying and selling. They don't know how serious freedom fight is. But I can assure them, I can assure all of them, they will see what will come out of what we are doing. I'm only going to encourage those that are serious-minded in what we are doing to remain focused, not to lose their track, because there are 1,000,001 of them out there. They have given tokens to go in and put confusion everywhere. But we are not going to fall in for that, because we already know what is to come. But we are assuring them that we will get there. As of Wike, you say you are an Ipob man, you are not an Ipob man. I laugh at you. I am an Ipob man. I am an Ipob man, but I know my roots and I know where I'm coming from. I know that I am an Igbo man. Igbo blood is in me, and I cannot deny it. I am not a fool like you, Wike. Yes, Wike. I am not a fool like you. I am Romeo. I am an Ipob. And Igbo blood is in me. How can I deny my blood because of what I'm getting? Do you think every one of us are stupid like you? Because your opportunity to be the governor by the things people will do around there. Let me assure you, your sin will definitely cut up with you. I am assuring you that whatever you think you have swallowed, whatever you think you have laid your head on, we are assuring you. I think you say you will not look back when you are in abroad, or that you will not even think about it to look your back. Don't even announce it. Enter your plane, come to any part of the world, and that day you will see how Chukwu Kadama Chineke your boy there please here. He says that you will not even look back. That thing that is giving you mind. They say what you think you know, or there are people that know it beyond where you have reached. Wike, your name is sorry. Sorry and sorry forever will remain your name and your family. You have sold yourself. You have sold your soul long time, except those that do not know who you are. We that know you know who you are. So that is the reason why I don't participate in anything you guys are doing, because I am a clean person. I am a clean person and I will remain clean. My leader said we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is who we are, and that is who I am. I am not shaking. Let all this drama that is playing out now continue playing. But let me assure all of you, this drama, this dance, you will get tired of dancing this music. And we will continue from where you stop and continue dancing until we get to the last place where we end to be, which is our motherland, Biafra. We are assuring you this. do all, you are not denying, you know, that you doing other any military. You that have been ranting, making noise up and down, that this, that. Now, because you have started seeing the signal small, you started denying. Don't deny. You say you are a man. Remain who you are. Don't deny anything. All the innocent blood that you have spilled will fall on your head and your family. As many as you all have gathered to do this, all of you will fall for it. As of you, all of you, both Asario, both Onio, both Owanzurike, all of you are dead people. Mazi, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Romeo. Thank you for putting it across. The analysis is something people listen to. And when you look at people, the way they respond, you come to a conclusion. It's either they understand or they don't understand. As Obieno and Charles rightly said, I could have cut him off once he mentioned he listened to Nade. I said, okay, I've had such people before. Now let me see what new he got from Nade for listening. Nothing new. Nothing new. It is the same old people, the same people talking about constitution. And if you listen to the analysis I made this morning, I said the constitution is what Gabashehu just quoted, and it is that constitution that he is using to deprive people from speaking. It is that same constitution that they are using to stop you from exercising your right. I mentioned all those, all of you had it. And then this man called and said what he said. Then I asked him, are you not aware that he is one of them? In other words, you can say what you want to say. You can explain what you want to explain. Those that will hear will hear. Those that will not hear will not hear. As these things are happening, are they not calling our chiefs, and they are bribing them? It is us that will solve our problem, not them. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, Mazalazi Ogukwa from London. How are you, Mazalazi?
Happy New Year. Welcome.
Happy New Year to you. When are you going to go back to our talk? You know what I like. You know the ecology, you know that sort of thing. I like it too much.
I will get
we have lots of things to talk, because they keep taking our everything we got. They take our onion, they take our cassava, they take our palm kernel, they take everything. They are not replacing anyone. So I want to remind them that there is something they have to pay for whatever they take. And that is why that man that called, you know that man that called before, that is why he's talking about federalism. Let that man understand in case he don't know. I tell the Africans here, we're going to divide West Africa soon. Biafra is coming to have their own continent. If we talk, you don't listen. We want to tell you how West Africa is going to be. I don't know what Islam came to West Africa to do. They never created a single job. How will we suffer for all this madness? And people can still come to them and tell us federalism. If you want to do your federalism, Fulani should go and do federalism with who? Saudi Arabia. It will work out for them well. But not Fulani. I didn't have my children so that they and Fulani will share the same country. I'm not wicked. Tell that guy who is talking. I know what he's talking. You know when people see the impact of revolution at the beginning, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That is the language of Igbo people, especially. Oh, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. You know, politics with this floating money. Nigeria have put in your head money. You don't have security. You start looking for money. No, security is more better than money. If you got security, you defend the money you make. When you don't have security, you don't have no money. That is why here, even though you have, not because security is here, first time they got is enough for them to live on. But you, 20,000 is what you don't have. You don't have security. 1 million naira you go is not anything to you. It can just breathe, blow it like this and you go. Please, we are fighting for life. We are not negotiating with anything about Nigeria and centralism. And these people mentioning it with Biafra, you don't have no food to stand. You're saying it, you're wasting your time. You go option, go to Fulani place and stay there. That's our advice to you. Mazalovier, thank you for your good job. And, it's not easy, I praise you now. When they try, and they all make it go together, bless all of you all. Yeah, well. And the Biafrans, when they carry bullets now so you be, we don't shout and things. Go and invent your stuff to take Fulani out. That's what you're going to do. But if you don't see Fulani, please take out your politician and your do and your AC. Take them out. Your freedom will come quick. Onado, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ogogwa. Thank you. Thank you. The same people talking are the same people we are addressing. You must wonder why there are still people like that. These are people that think they can go out and get something that will benefit them just like that. They have not studied history. They have not felt the impact. Even what is happening in Obibo does not concern them. They act as if there's nothing happening, and as if it will not happen to them. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning. My name is Mazi, my man Ugo Onyejaka. I am the national PRO of IPOB here in United States, and I live precisely here in Washington, D.C., the capital of United States. Mazi, but I am from Amibo Inolo, Amibo the home of the tiger, and Amibo the home of King Jaja. Mazi, I thank you so much for all the good job that you've been doing, and I thank God Almighty for giving us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at this time. But what I am saying again is that I want to tell people, and I want to tell our people, our youth, the Biafrans, the Oduduwa youth, the youth from the Middle Belt, I want to tell them that the reason why we are doing what we are doing, the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is doing what he is doing, is because we are looking for a good life for them. But we are fighting because for the more than 60 years that Nigeria has been in existence, there is no light. Nigeria is the only country in the whole world that doesn't have a stable light. You have to have electricity in order to generate an industry. You have to have electricity so that people can come and invest in your country. But this is the country that has never had any electricity. But there is no employment for the youth. There is no good road, Mazi. There is no hospital. The thing that kills every average Nigeria is the thing that can kill a rat. So, Mazi, we are fighting because the destiny of the youth has been stolen from them. The people who are making the decision for the youth are the people that are more than 60 to 70 years old. These people have expired in every way. These people have hijacked the destiny of the youth. So we are calling on all the youth in the contraction called Nigeria to rise up. Rise up against these people that are ruling with impunity. Rise up against these so-called politicians that you did not elect. They call themselves that they're politics, and then they say that they are in democracy. Mazi, if you are in democratic country, how is it that the police and the military are working all over in the Nigeria, just like they say that, that we are in the military regime? Why are the military killing individuals, killing the indigenous, the youth, targeting the youth of Nigeria? Every country depends on their youth for their survival. Why is it that you have the intentional extermination of the young Biafrans, especially in Obibo? Mazi, what we can have done is not something that we can have done because of politics. We can personally went after our youth. We can have made a lot of children to be orphaned. We can have made a lot of women to be widow. We can have just killed the head of household, the provider of families. We can have wiped them. So those people are going to die now, and then they're going to be in perpetual poverty. But why the reason why all of us are fighting this, because we need the goodness of good people at our hearts. We are fighting for everybody just to live the life that God has created them to live. That is why we are here. And this is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting this. I want people to know that we are not fighting because we are fighting for the fighting sake. We cannot be in a country where the people who are at the head of the affairs are the people that from the Sahel. All the Fulanis from the West Africa have migrated into Nigeria. The indigenous people in the country called Nigeria are being wiped out from southern Kaduna to Zamfara. They are being uprooted. Now, can you imagine that in southern Kaduna and Zamfara, that people are living in the camp, that is refugee camp, when there is no war in the country? What is going on? We want people to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for everybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not selfish. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is selfish, he would have taken the money they promised him. But he said no, that he has to fight so that everybody will be free. So that's what we are fighting. I want everybody to know that. I am urging all our friends, all the youth, please, go ahead and download IPOB Community Radio. IPOB Community Radio app that is in your gadgets so that you can listen to the good news from Nnamdi Kanu. And if you happen to find yourself in the United States of America, please, we would like you to visit our website, www.ipobinusa.org. But as you are preaching this gospel of restoration, Mazi, may God Almighty bless you and bless Nnamdi Kanu and all the principal officers of the IPOB. Thank you and God bless you, Mazi.
God bless you too. God bless you too. They are after our children. They are after our youths, killing them. And we are watching. We are watching as if it doesn't concern us. And those that are talking are talking. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. The program was going so smooth all of a sudden. And this is sensitizing our land there. So, sensitizing when you protest, they say you should put down the protest. We have had you 5 for 5. 5 for 5, see where you ended everybody now. As I was talking of Garba Ishewu self, people must understand, and I don't understand why some youth, and when they have opportunity to have a data in their phone, they use it for something else. They should be talking to that Garba Ishewu. Earlier this year, and also last year, twice in Channel TV, Garba Ishewu went there and they said that there is a prominent, there is a traditional ruler in the north that is, they have, government have verified fact against them that they have a connection with the Boko Haram. Have that people been arrested? No. 6 northern people have been jailed for about 10 years or so, all of them in UAE. That news is not going to make any way to Nigeria. Nobody going to hear it in the media. Garba Ishewu, is he going to talk about that? No. Garba Ishewu and the other one saying, that all of them came to start talking rubbish, that there's people who have an agenda. Instead of them, they want to throw Buhari. If you know that intelligent enough and the intelligence is working, and you know those who have an agenda, and using the youth to come and overthrow Buhari, Why don't you go after the architects, those who causing the problem? Why the youth? Now, if you know those who are sponsoring Boko Haram, including prominent people, you know them. Why are you going to shoot God, buy God in America, crying to America, they refuse to sell God to you, they refuse to do that? Why don't arrest the people who is sponsoring the Boko Haram? Why are you unnecessarily killing people? And now, no single Lord person have ever made a statement in what Wink is doing in Obibo. Rather, they all go and do a meeting and say NSAS is a plot to throw Buhari. Now, let me ask Garba Shehu. If you know that you know what you are saying, and everybody else must be arrested, have you arrested Buhari's daughter? He participated in the protest. The vice president's daughter participated in the protest. You are not looking for people who are tweeted answers in the social media, arrest, flagging them off, seizing their passport, refusing them to travel in the airport. Buhari's daughter participated in that protest, protest. Everybody was hailing that is there, including so many other politicians. Why don't you start seizing their passport, arresting them? Why are you going after the innocent children? The one that we promised to go home, we will do 5 for 5, we will do everything. Garba Shehu, if you know those who are sponsoring Boko Haram, why don't you go arrest at least one? Why, all of a sudden, those who participated in the answers, they have damaged the image. Nigeria doesn't have 60 years, no electricity, no road, no hospital, nothing. But you still thought, which image do you think Nigeria have? Yeah? You a PDP man yesterday. All of a sudden, you're now with APC. You are talking of government. Have you ever heard anybody from Republican in America switch to Democrat, or from Democrat to Republican? Have you ever heard that? Including the useless England that created you. Have you seen anybody from consecutive and the rest jumping one another? And you people came here, you come to talk as if the youth you are talking to, it doesn't have sense. We know what people are after, just to keep the failed system that is leading the country to chaos every blessed.
That is the way we are. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome. Go ahead. We are hearing you.
Thank you. I don't know whether Maybe she is not coming up from here. Okay, my name is Pastor. I'm calling from Lagos. I just want to add my voice. Just from the last today I said. I just want to inform Sheikh Moga and the likes of them. You know, they are good in propaganda. They can just try to see how they can take whatever thing they want to do regarding this NSAS. But I just want to inform them that the second wave of the NSAS is on its way coming. They pass very well. And CBN too, you are part of the NSAS. CBN, this time around, you have been included because you are blocking people that peacefully demonstrated their civic rights by protesting peacefully. You added their account to block. Now, the NSAS process have included you. All your facility, then you should prepare. Because they have just gone to re-strategize because they know in this tyrannic government, it can never approach them peacefully. It's only when we engage them, tit for tit and tat for tat. And when either life or properties are destroyed, maybe they will then listen. But this first one did not teach them anything, including the police that kill people. The same police now is crying that hunger is killing them. You can only see such a thing in the contraction. So the information there is what Garba Shehu and the likes of them to embrace the second wave of the end protest, both CBA and the likes of them. That is the information for that one. Then concerning Wike, I think we no longer overflow that issue. If you like, you can drop up and down, you can say whatever thing. Garba Shehu and the likes of them to embrace the second wave of the end protest, both CBA and the likes of them. That is the information for that one. Then concerning Wike, I think we no longer overflow that issue. If you like, you can drop up and down, you can say whatever thing. Garba Shehu and the likes of them to embrace the second wave of the end protest, both CBA and the likes of them. That is the information for that one. Then concerning Wike, I think we no longer overflow that issue. If you like, you can drop up and down, you can say whatever thing. We are all the stupid Igbo traditional leaders and governors. We are thanking the impostor in us. They communicated the release. Everything was, yeah, President, we are thanking you. President, they all thanked him for non-existent thing in Biafra land. And they say they are committed to one Nigeria. And finally, one thing that stupid Umar he said was that IPOB is trying to cause a civil war. Let me tell you, you people that call yourself leaders have already caused the second civil war. And they are going to see it. Because people of this generation who have made up our mind is either we get the thing we want to live a free life as other people, or all of us together will die. Because you can claim that bourgeoisie because you are occupying the government house. You can do whatever thing you want. You can go out there, visit that turn up and talk all the churches you want. But we tell you that apart from the system you people are practicing, the corrupt system you people are practicing, all right from immemorial, we have been Democrat, Republican in nature. People express their will the way they want it, and they do their things the way they want the way they want them. You don't force our people to do things your own way. That is the reason why we must get what we want, or all of us all we sink. That is just my message for all of you. That's all I say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor Jack. Thank you very much. Then, well, it is the nature of our people. We tell them that they don't listen. We tell them that they are too quick to embrace those killing them, and they are doing just that. They are doing just that. All the things we've been shouting, all the things we've been talking about. How can they justify what they are saying? That IPOB is trying to cause a civil war. Is IPOB the one responsible for shooting the people at Headbridge, for demonstrating? When you exert violence, when you carry out violence on people that are peaceful, what do you expect them to do? Fold their hands? When we call out your mistakes, is that a quest for war? It is only coming from the mouth of the so-called Igbos, who claim not to be Igbos, the Fulani Janjaweed servants. They cannot stand and defend themselves. They cannot stand and defend their families. They cannot stand and defend their brothers and their compounds. Rather, they invite anarchy. And they are telling those fighting for them not to. Stay and let the Fulanis come and kill you. Stay, let them come and take away your women. Stay, let them come and take away your children. And they leave you useless. And you let Umahi deceive you. And you're calling yourself a community leader. Are we causing war when the Fulanis invaded farms, raped the women? Umahi, where were you? When those youths are being killed, when villages are being invaded, were they invaded by IPOB? Umahi, where were you? Are these elders you're calling are not the same elders that stayed in the community to witness and watch the Fulanis invade their community and their families, and even commandeer it and rugarize themselves without the elders themselves knowing? Was it done by IPOB? When IPOB is telling you that the man at Asorok is not Buhari, did anybody refute it? No. You are blaming IPOB for telling you the truth. Most of you don't hear what is happening in your community. Most of you don't hear what is happening in your state. Most of you don't hear what is happening in your country. Was it done by IPOB? No. IPOB is simply revealing the truth to you. And for you to know the truth and hear it and compare it to what you're saying. But not for IPOB, would you have known what was happening in Asorok? But not for IPOB, would you have had the mouth to challenge the Fulanis coming and ravaging your farmlands? Is IPOB the ones responsible for your women demonstrating in Asaba that they are tired of being killed? They are tired of their farms being taken over. Was that done by IPOB? Which elder, which chief, which Eze will go and listen to Umahi and come back and say IPOB, and you point your finger at IPOB? If you do that, then I believe you are equally among the Janjaweeds. Caller, your name.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning, Master. I love you. I love you. God bless you. Bless
welcome.
Every effort you put in this program and your dedication, is unsurmountable. God will bless you, my brother. With regards to the young man that called, I would like everybody to understand that, sometimes people can be honestly ignorant. So they might be talking out of ignorance, not necessarily that they are doing that, trying to connive or trying to affect certain things. Remember when he said, I'm a true Biafra, and he's talking about sensitization, but I think he's the one that really needs to be sensitized because he's not well informed with regards to what is going on. So we should be a little bit, sympathetic in handling people like that, because it's like Johnny just come, like our OBJ said, said that for 21 years he's been fighting this constitution that came out 1999 to 2020. It's exactly 21 years he's been fighting it, but achieving no result. If you hear him talk, of course, it makes sense when he talks. But one thing people fail to realize is that when you say enough is enough, after you have fought for something for 21 years, that's what we could have, how we could have made this guy to understand that whatever he said with regards to Nadi is not working. That's why people like me opted for Biafra as the only solution. Complete extrication of ourselves from this rogue nonsense I call Nigeria. Because the people you are trying to work with are not ready to work with you. Once people understand that, you see that all this confusion that is in their heads with regards to whatever Tony Nadi is saying, it's not going to work. One time he talks sense. What he said is right. That unfortunately, the people you are working with does not want that. And I would like to say something here before I drop my phone. One thing is very certain. Some people are yet to understand that freedom can never be gotten by mere carrying files or writing and writing. If not, people like Mandela, people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would have opted for writing. There is no way anybody is going to give you your freedom. You have to fight for it. Freedom is bought with a lot of sacrifice, with tears and blood. It's as simple as that. Go and look it. There is no way you can get freedom by mere begging your detractors. They can never give it to you that way. But eventually we will get there, because he who said he's not going to fight will one day have no other option than to fight to save himself. We are getting there now. The first demonstration has come and gone. The youth have agreed to listen to them, giving them their demand. But instead of them to do, sit down and, do exactly what these kids wanted, they now turn to repression, trying to, instead of listening to them, doing what they want to do, they're now trying to repress them. And that eventually will lead to that revolution that they never wanted. Like Onyendu quoted in his speech, and I saw that quotation from JFK. He said, those who oppose non-violent demonstration will have to make violent revolution inevitable. That's how he said it. So we are getting there. Like I said before, everything that is going on in Nigeria has been designed by God to go the way it's going. If only we can have patience and follow things as they unfold. Nigeria has gone to the point of no return. People have woken up, but unfortunately, some people, particularly those who are benefiting from it, it's always the same way. They never get it until you hit them on the head. They will never get it because money is very powerful. That position, that lucrative position they occupy, and those that are still aiming to occupy it will never cease until they face reality, and that reality sometimes can end up there losing their lives. That's how human beings are. So everything that is going on is being designed by God to go the way it's going. Let them keeping deaf ears to the demands of the masses. Power belongs to the people. It has never been belonged to you. Power belongs to the people. And any time the people rises up like they did in the hashtag #EndSARS, you can never stop them. You see the police run away. Up till now, police have never come back. They refuse to come back to work. They are begging them. Imagine if this will go on for a whole full 1 month non-stop. As a rock will be burned down. Let them continue to, dismiss these youth as incapable of doing anything. They are deceiving themselves. Because when the push comes to shove, everybody will be on the run. Let me also give you one information that came up now. UAE, 6 Nigerians have been convicted for sending $278,000 to Boko Haram. And it's coming from Nigerian newspapers. Not only that, they implicated Nigerian officials in it. That is the latest news now trending. Thank you, Mazi Alozie. God bless you. Keep up your good work. Thank you very much. One thing I like about Mazi Nnamdi, no matter which argument you bring, he will sit down, listen to you very well, and take time to put you straight through. God bless Biafra. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I saw the UAE news. It came on late, but I didn't want to go through it until I've listened to it. It is the people that are telling you that they are honorable. People that are telling you that they are of high esteem and they are transferring money to Boko Haram. This thing is going to end. For the Ezes and the Igwes that are continuing to run around the governors, when we chastise you, understand why we are doing what we are doing, because you have refused to stand on your own to protect your people. There are too many of you running around shamelessly, being bought over and being bribed, and you succumb, you become susceptible and become corrupt yourself. We have no room for you. We don't have respect for you. I am the one to tell you that your people are being killed. I am the one to tell you that you, the Eze, you are being enslaved. You have been under slavery. Something is wrong with us. And that reflects to the color. Talking about Tony Nadi. And you've seen the hatred coming from Tony Nadi. You heard him say it. It came from his mouth. And every day he talks about the Constitution, which we had already mentioned. That is what they are tying you down with. And you can't change it. The only way you can change it is to say referendum or to your test, O Israel. As long as you're academically or intellectually holding on to it, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time because they know Nigeria does not exist. I will continue on the promises made and promises kept or not kept. The issue of Boko Haram I dealt with today, and luckily I'm dealing with it today, and then you are hearing about UAE catching your Nigerians sending money to Boko Haram. And then you remember the Kaduna declaration I played yesterday, where they said you Igbos are the ones sponsoring Boko Haram. They lie. They accuse you. Instead of you defending yourself, you keep quiet, making you an accomplice, making you guilty. This is where we'll be ending today's program. We'll be on the air again tomorrow, by God's grace. And we will continue to preach the gospel. We want peace. We want what's good for everybody. Be you Arewa youth, be you Oduduwa youth, be you Benue youth, be you Biafran youth. We want what's best for you. But if you decide, if you wake up and you decide to keep yourself in bondage by succumbing to the politicians, by dancing the tunes of the politicians, by inviting your killers to take care of your brothers by killing them, you are worse than your enemy. You are worse than your enemy. Because if you go as far as inviting them to kill your brother, you are evil. And the responsibility will fall on you. The people you are killing have children and families. Thank you. And Chukwu Kikabiama bless all you.